Good morning, everyone. This is Ain't Nobody Squeaky Clean. As always, I appreciate you for joining the podcast. Could have chose to be anywhere, but you came here, which tells me that you're getting something out of this. And I hope that I can keep providing that value so you keep coming back. Don't forget to subscribe. I see a few people checking out the videos on the various sites, various platforms. But if you could subscribe, that would help me tremendously. Subscriptions is what gets you noticed. And obviously, we all do this to get noticed. And the more people that we can get, the better. Want to make sure the visibility is there because this information is for everybody to learn. And today I'm going to talk about something that is pretty popular out here. It's something that I honestly have not taken, but I've done my research on, and I just wanted to do a podcast on it to see what kind of feedback I receive from the community. So today I'm going to talk about GLP-1s. You guys have seen the commercials. Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound. Everybody's heard the names. Everybody has an opinion. Some people call them miracle drugs. Some people call them cheating. Some people say they're dangerous. And some people say they changed their life. So the question is simple. Are GLP-1s good or bad for you? The real answer is they can be good for the right person under medical supervision for the right reason. But they are not magic, and they are not risk-free. GLP-1 medications work by mimicking hormones that help control blood sugar, slow digestion, reduce appetite, and help people feel full longer. That's why they can help with diabetes and weight loss. Mayo Clinic notes that people commonly lose around 10 to 15% of their body weight. And some studies show even higher results. And for some people, that's life-changing. We're talking about people with obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, joint pain, heart risk, and years of failed diets. For them, this may not be vanity. This may be survival. But this is where the conversations get real. A GLP-1 can help you eat less, but it does not automatically teach you how to eat better. It can help you lose weight, but it does not automatically build muscle. It can reduce appetite, but it does not automatically fix emotional eating, stress eating, food addiction, and lifestyle habits. And a lot of times when people stop taking them, weight regain can happen if the habits and support system are not in place. Recent reporting and expert commentary have emphasized that many patients need more education, nutrition support, and long-term planning around stopping these medications. Now let's talk risk. Common side effects can include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, stomach pain, and reduced appetite. So, we all see the commercials and we see the TikToks where people make fun of, hey, look, these are all the side effects and this is what the people look like in the commercial. And everybody's dancing, having fun, drinking drinks, smiling. But there are some severe side effects to a lot of these things. The semaglutide uses sometimes go beyond weight loss, including diabetes, cardiovascular risk reduction, and kidney-related benefits in certain patients. But it still needs to be used properly. The bigger concern right now is people chasing cheap or unapproved versions online, and that's key. The FDA has warned against unapproved GLP-1 products sold as quote-unquote research drugs and quote unquote not for human consumption, because the quality and safety are unknown. So you have to be careful and make sure that you're getting valid medications. And that's for everything, right? But that's where this gets dangerous. Not the medication itself when prescribed correctly. The danger is people self-dosing, buying mystery compounds, skipping the doctor oversight, not eating enough protein, not lifting enough weights, losing muscle, getting dehydrated, or thinking that this shot replaces discipline, because it doesn't. The shot may quiet the noise, but you still have to build the life. So the question remains, are GLP-1s good or bad? They are good when they help someone get healthier, lower risk, move better, breathe better, and regain control. They are bad when they are treated like a shortcut, abused without medical care, bought from shady sources, or used without changing the habits that caused the problem. So my opinion, don't shame people for using help. But don't lie to people and call it magic either. A GLP-1 is a tool, a powerful tool, but the tool still needs a plan. Protein, strength training, water, sleep, doctor supervision, blood work, mental discipline, and long-term habits. Because the goal should never be just to lose the weight. We all want to lose weight. The goal should be to become healthier, stronger, and more in control of your life. So, before you judge someone using GLP-1s, ask yourself this. If someone had high blood pressure, would you shame them for taking medication? I've got people in my family that have that. Can't shame them for trying to change their lives for the better. Never. Never that. If someone had depression, would you shame them for getting help? I know tons of people that have depression. Been depressed myself. Got to get your help. You're not going to shame them for that. It takes strength to be able to reach out and get help. If that's the case, though, why would we shame people for getting medical help with obesity? It's a condition that definitely needs support. So if they're trying to better their lives, we need to support them 1,000%. The real issue isn't whether GLP-1s are good or bad. The real issue is whether people are using them responsibly. Because health is not about pride. Health is about staying alive long enough to enjoy the life you're working so hard to build. So, are GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and Zepbound miracle drugs, dangerous shortcuts, or something in between? I believe, and again, I'm not a doctor, and you guys know this, but if you use them under medical supervision and they bring the benefits that you need, if you're dealing with any of the conditions that it supports, I think it's definitely something that can be beneficial. But with everything else, and like we discussed today, you've got to change your habits. Now, I know there are some people that have changed all their habits and they haven't been able to lose a pound and they need support from GLP-1s in order to do that. I think it's a great source. Talk to your doctor, figure out a plan, and go forward. Because it's not easy for everyone. My wife and I have this discussion all the time. I can change a few things in my diet, my eating patterns, and poof, 10 pounds comes off. Doesn't work like that for everyone. So if you need support in your weight loss journey, because that's what most people talk about. When you hear GLP-1s, we all talk about the weight loss. That's what we see in the commercials. Charles Barkley on TV losing a great amount of weight. He's pitching it. A lot of other celebrities have lost a lot of weight. They pitch it. They talk about it. So it's funny when the byproduct of something that is supposed to help you for another condition results in you being able to lose unnecessary weight. Or necessary weight, however you want to look at it. So, by all means, do what's necessary for yourself. Do your research, follow the plan, come up with a healthy transition, make healthy changes in your life, and keep pushing forward. The one thing I talk about a lot on these podcasts is discipline. Sometimes lack of discipline is what leads us to certain conditions in life. Father Time is going to come regardless, but we can accelerate it by our life choices. In my opinion, the GLP-1s give you an opportunity to get a boost on some of the changes that you need to make, as long as you're willing to put in the work to figure out how to sustain once you roll off of them. So I appreciate you guys listening today. As I mentioned, this is something that I haven't taken myself, but as I always ask you guys, if there are topics you want me to discuss, throw them out there. And I'll do my best to represent them. I'll do my research and talk about them as I've done today. So if you like this episode, I'd really love to hear your feedback, because this is kind of off the beaten path, as they say, because I don't have personal experience with it. But my goal is to educate and give the people what they want and what they need. So provide some feedback and let me know. And as always, this is Ain't Nobody Squeaky Clean. And until next time, I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed week. And if you're living in the DMV, stay cool, because these next couple of days are going to be tough. I'll talk to you very soon.